Hi everyone, welcome back to Christ in Asia story. Today we're going to talk about someone who became the Philippines' first martyr. Actually, I've never heard of him prior to this video. After I read this story, I have some thought about the Christian faith itself and maybe about our relationship with God. But we're gonna talk about that after his story. So buckle up and let's go straight to the story. So this episode, we're going to talk about a figure who became the protomartyr of the Philippines. Now, what's a protomartyr? Protomartyr is the first person from a related group or country who died defending one's faith. This Philippines' first martyr was executed in Japan by the Tokugawa shogunate, the military government of Japan in the 17th century. His name is Lorenzo Ruiz. Lorenzo Ruiz was born in Binondo, Manila, though some baptismal records were destroyed, leaving his precise birth date unconfirmed. The Union of Catholic Asian News, or UCAN, and other sources indicate he was born on November 28, 1594. His parents were a Chinese father and a Tagalog mother, both devout Catholics. He learned Chinese from his father and Tagalog from his mother. During his youth, he learned Spanish from the Dominican priest whom he served as altar boy and sacristan. He was exceptionally gifted with beautiful penmanship and became a professional calligrapher, earned the title escribano, who transcribed baptismal, confirmation, and marriage documents into the church's official books. His faith was just as central as his life. Now, Lorenzo was an active member of the Confraternity of the Holy Rosary, an art confraternity organized by the Dominicans upon their arrival in the Philippines in 1587. Members of this spiritual group, guided by the Dominicans, dedicated themselves to praying the Holy Rosary weekly. Lorenzo Ruiz built a quiet life with his Filipino wife Rosario, and together they had 3 children living as an ordinary Catholic family, finding contentment in their daily routine. So he was actually nobody. He was a normal citizen. He didn't dream of one day becoming one of the saints from the Philippines. And yet, God had another plan. Now, here's what happened. An unexpected turn of event came in 1636. A serious crime occurred in Manila, and Lorenzo, then a clerk at Binondo Church, was falsely accused of murdering a Spaniard and feared for his life. To avoid arrest and potential execution, he sought refuge on a ship with Dominicans missionaries. While he initially intended to work in Macau, he ended up joining the missionaries heading to Japan, departing on June 10, 1636. He wasn't alone. With him were 3 Dominican priests, Antonio Gonzalez, Guillermo Conte, and Miguel de Auserraza, alongside a Japanese priest, Vicente Shiwazuka de la Cruz, and Lazaro of Kyoto, a non-member of the clergy who afflicted with leprosy. They set sail for Japan, a land where Christianity had once flourished, with Nagasaki alone counting over 50,000 Japanese Christians by Portuguese missionaries. Yet it was also a land of dread. The ruling Tokugawa shogunate, Japan's military government from 1603 to 1668, had launched a brutal, unparalleled persecution of Christians. They feared that Spain would use religion to invade, as they had in the Philippines. So I want you guys to kind of get the context right here. In the past, kind of different from now, I guess, I'm not pretty sure, but many Europeans would come and invade these Asian countries, bringing with them missionaries. They used to associate Christianity with government, so they didn't want these European folks to invade their country, so they kind of shut down the whole idea of Christianity itself. Christianity is closely tied to Western beliefs. These missionaries would go into the government or politics and try to persuade these people to convert to Christianity if they want the support of the Europeans. So it's very political, and that's why some countries would close their gate. It's not just the Christian itself, it's the fear of invasion by the Europeans. Upon arrival, Lorenzo and his companions were immediately arrested and imprisoned. After 2 years, they were transferred to Nagasaki, facing trials by torture. The group endured a horrifying array of cruel methods. On September 27, 1637, Lorenzo and his companions were brought to Nishizaka Hill. There, they faced a brutal torture known as tsurushi in Japanese, or gallows and pit. They were hung upside down over a pit and left to slowly bleed. This agonizing method, designed for extreme pain, always left the one hand free, allowing the victim to signal if they wished to recant their faith and be released. Lorenzo, at 42, endured this for 2 days. Dying in September 29, 1637, despite his suffering, Lorenzo refused to renounce Christianity and died from eventual blood loss and suffocation. His last words were, "I am a Catholic and wholeheartedly do accept death for God. Had I 1,000 lives, all these to him shall I offer." Wow, salute, man. That's a very exceptional faith right there. After his death, his body was cremated. His ashes were then thrown into the Sea of Nagasaki to prevent other Christians from gathering his sacred relics. The path to sainthood began with the Position, a crucial document for beatification, written by Spanish historian Fidel Figueroa. Amazingly, Figueroa uncovered a key eyewitness account of Ruiz's martyrdom by 2 Japanese ex-Jesuit priests in the Jesuit Generalate Archive in Rome, an unexpected find given Ruiz's Dominican ties. This evidence paved the way for Lorenzo's beatification by Pope John Paul II in the Philippines in 1981, marking the first beatification ceremony ever held outside of the Vatican. Just 6 years later, on October 18, 1987, Pope John Paul II canonized Lorenzo as one of the 16 martyrs of Japan, officially making him the first Filipino saint. Here's the thing I've learned as a Christian about God. I mean, it's impossible to know what God's thinking. I love hearing how God works in different person, and I do realize this one pattern, I guess. You may have a plan for your life, but God has his own plan. God's plan is just so different than what we have. I'm pretty sure Lorenzo didn't expect to be tortured, to be tested like this in a foreign country where he had to die in that way, and he would later become the first martyr of the Philippines. You know, there's this song like, "Many things about tomorrow I don't seem to understand, but I know who holds tomorrow, and I know who holds my hand." That I don't know, if you're currently like Lorenzo, you're just hoping for a very simple life, and suddenly God kind of pulls you out of your comfort zone, and then God was like, "Okay, ta-da, here you go, you have to deal with this, that. That's not the first time. You could gain support by listening to people's stories, testimonies, or maybe connect with people. I think that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in until the end of this video. Please don't forget to support this ministry by giving a like, leave a comment, share, ring the notification bell, I guess. Thank you. Bye. I'll see you guys next week. God bless you.